All right, so I want to look at the next quarter, or the prior quarter for Google. And again, these are really brief kind of, the very, very brief kind of processes for looking at a company. There's a lot more to doing all this. For example, here's their revenue breakdown, which is so important. I'm going to stop here and do it. They got services, cloud, other bets. Okay, so, and then let's put FX in as well. Why not? All right, so services for Google is what you would expect. YouTube, it's search, of course, so forth. Cloud is different. That's the Google Cloud Platform, which is what programmers use. It's like Amazon's AWS. You can see Google Cloud's growing somewhat fast, much faster than the rest of the business. Right? And how do you do that calculation? Well, let's do it in a second here. You take new, which is the new number, right? So let's do services growth. So we take equals in Excel to get the formula system. We go to the new number, which in this case is 61, divide by the old number. And this is how we do a comparison. And we subtract by 1 to get it in a percentage format. And they grew services by 20%. So again, for them, services means YouTube and search and all the stuff like Google Maps and all that kind of stuff. Cloud, everybody's heard of cloud. This is similar to Amazon Web Services. So I'll show you my cloud, AWS cloud. Sign in. All right. So this is AWS cloud, and it's got all kinds of services. Virtual servers, managed databases, all kinds of container systems, all types of tools, databases. Look at all this stuff. There's so much stuff. Machine learning, media services, quantum technologies, robotics, satellite. I could do anything on this thing. And they'll charge you for it, that's for sure. So Google has one similarly, and Microsoft has one called Azure. So everybody, not everybody, but these big companies have these cloud technologies that are very exciting. So let's look at new divided by old. Q1 22 divided by Q1 21 minus 1. Wow, Google Cloud grew 44% last quarter. That's really fast. That's faster than the other business, which only grew 20%. And it's a smaller business, so it can kind of grow maybe a little more easily. I don't know. But let's leave that at that. See if you guys have any questions or whatever. And I'm going to also look at, Google has this laid out nicely, and you can see each company lays it out a bit differently. The SEC website also lays it out. So, all right, well, here's Q4. At what point do you recommend moving out? Moving out of what? You don't want to automate this process. There's a lot, yeah, it just doesn't make sense to automate it. And it's hard to explain why, but I'll explain some other time. So they even break down revenue even more than this. Oops. And so what we're going to do is do what they do. They've got search. As you can see, search is half of Google services. Isn't that interesting? Then they've got YouTube. 31 billion, 32 billion from search. 6 billion from YouTube. 7 billion. Google Network. And those three make up, well, there you got Google Other. Could be Android, could be, I don't know. Lots of things, right? Oop, I got the wrong column too. This was all last year's. This year, let's see, Google let's start again. Search 43 billion, YouTube 8 billion, network 9 billion, and other 8 billion. So the total there was, oops, and I'm messing this up big time. Let me go back, putting in the wrong column. All right, start from scratch. We're looking at Q4 21, first of all. So for Q4 21, Google search. All right, got that. Now YouTube. And you can see YouTube is a big business to be sure, but it's not nearly as big as search as you can imagine. Search is much bigger. All right. And now Google Network. All right, so this is a better breakdown than we did last quarter of what their actual revenue is. All right, there's cloud. I'm going to add this to cloud, services to cloud. Is that how we do it? I got that right? Maybe not. Yep, no, that's right. I'm going to add the other two lines, hedging and other bets. Other bets has been a big disappointment for Google, I think. Is there music? I don't think there's music playing. Maybe you guys can hear it. I can't. Must be my new Gunther album. All right, let's see here. Yeah, Microsoft would have been a good short, it turns out, right? Well, we're up $11 on our Google, so make back some of the mistake we made with Microsoft.